This is Andy, Hannah and Cole. Our job is to tell you the facts about what you eat. You may not know the truth behind a simple cheeseburger or even a juicy slab of steak. Listen to learn more about the way cows are mistreated and how it can affect all of us.
To healthy farm animals. This creates super bacteria that cannot be killed.
Industrial farms have been mixing antibiotics into livestock feed since 1946. Antibiotic resistance has been accelerated by extreme overuse of antibiotics in humans and animals. 18,000 Americans die every year from drug-resistant infections.
Economies of rural communities are affected by the factory farms. They suffer air pollution and lack of space. Their land value drops and 330 farmers are leaving the land every week because no one will buy their products. Fire infestation and light pollution are only two of the many negative things that affect communities.
Due to the fast speeds in slaughterhouses, the manure drips all over the meat. This causes 93.8% of the meat produced to become infected with diseases from the manure. This kills 16 million people worldwide per year.
In 1998, nearly 30% of U.S. meatpacking plant workers suffered from a work-related injury or illness, making meatpacking the most dangerous job in the country in terms of non-fatal injuries. Some common injuries are back problems and torn muscles, as well as broken bones, deep cuts, and amputated fingers and limbs because of the speed.
The main goal of farming industries is to maximize profits, even if it means threatening the workers' health during production. The workers are usually exposed to dangerous working conditions and unfair labor management practices.
Nearly everything leaves a carbon footprint, even a cheeseburger. Americans eat an average of 1 burger per week and about 50 per year, or about 3 per week and about 150 per year. A single cheeseburger amounts to somewhere between 7 and 20 megajoules.
Just for a single cheeseburger, it's 4.7 to 10.8 megajoules of diesel for cars and 2.6 to 8.4 megajoules of electricity used to cook and store the burgers.
Marketing can influence how often parents feed their children fast food. Advertisements are tempting kids to bug their parents for fast food by promoting toys and such that are included in the meals. Now, 73% of people worldwide admit they like to treat themselves to fast food as well.
The people who consume most of the meat and fish in the world are the richest 20%. They consume 76.6% of fish and meat, while the poorest 20% consume 1.5%.
Cardiovascular diseases, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. Now there's 30% increased risk of death directly relating with the consumption of red and processed meat.
However, there is another thing caused by consumption, and that's growing obesity. For the first time in human history, the number of overweight people is equal to the number of underweight people. While the world's underfed population has lowered to 1.1 billion since 1980, the number of overweight people has surged to 1.1 billion, making them equal.
The average household produces 20 tons of waste. One animal alone produces as much waste as 10 people. Factory farms actually produce 89,000 pounds of waste per second. So pollution is a big issue about disposal.
Factory farms actually pollute our waterways more than all other industrial sources. This is from the 12 million pounds of manure polluting the factory and land around it. Contaminated manure is sometimes used as fertilizer and the crops get affected. In fact, the 1.6 billion tons of animal waste produced each year is the main contributor
gases can cause more serious danger to workers beyond poisoning. Methane is flammable and if not vented properly from manure tanks it can explode. But aside from that, a lot of gases are highly toxic or even lethal. People around and working in factories becoming sick.
So the process of making meat not only affects the workers but communities as well. Because of the massive pollution, the land value around factories drop. Farmers who offer much better beef are now being forced out of business. Finally, thousands of people are putting their health at risk by working and living near factory farms.
Think about it. Do you really want to eat meat that is infected with disease or has cow manure on it? Millions of animals and people are being affected every day by meat. Even when you take a bite out of a Big Mac, it could be affecting your health.
If you think it ends there, you're wrong, because there's always another way. Ever heard of clean meat? Well, it's when you take stem cells from a cow and grow those in a lab. The good thing, no slaughtering involved, or maybe you'd rather just buy grass-fed beef, much healthier. Buy locally raised food as well. Maybe you can become a vegetarian, like me.
We'd like to thank Mr. Gilman and Miss Sabella for helping us through all this product research. All these websites and book helped us as well.
Thank you to Flickr and Google Images for helping us find these photos. Once again, this was Andie, Hannah, and Cole. We hope you enjoyed our Pecha Kucha about beef. Thanks for watching.